first horizontal screen on my phone. Just something different. Maybe we'll turn the lights off. Let's wait till we get some people in here. I kind of like it like this. But I don't know where the chat goes. So we might not do this for long, to be honest with you. But we'll figure it out. I'm always Iron Patriot just banned for touching himself on camera. What up? Well, there's a lot of bodies that Kill Tony has dropped. No, I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. All I know is that I replaced him for, I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes or whatnot. And I think I saw a video of him kind of acting out. What up, Shandy girl? But I don't really, I know from that era of Kill Tony, I mean, Josh Martin's gone. I think the guy who used to do the art is gone. What up, Kip? I think it's pretty much just Red Band and Tony are from the OG era. What up, I Hate It Here? We're just doing, let's see here. Yeah, we'll do a little bit, I like to give you guys a different look every now and then. So we can get the Earl sign in here. I kind of like it like this. So welcome. Welcome to the show. This is a late Sunday night Earlverse. Just checking in with the nighttime crawlers. So I hope you had a good weekend. I had a good spot last night at the Comedy Store, even though the show was an hour behind. I literally went on stage at 1:15. So the crowd was bonkers tired. But I had a good set. Was it my best? Probably not. I think I am pretty sane. EA Sports, it's in the game. For a comic of 25 years, I've held on better than most. My set was good. Like I said, it was an hour behind. So the crowd was very tired, to be honest with you. And that's never fun for me because I have to, I was very happy, to be honest with you. Looking good, Earl, no homo. Well, thank you very much. I was in a very good mood yesterday, Moses. So I'm not sure what you are referring to. I'm actually in a good place at the moment. I don't mean just right now, but things are going good for me. Of course, in the land of LA comedy, you always want more. You get a condo, you want a house. You want a house, you want a mansion. You want a mansion, you want, you get what I'm saying. What up, Just Jenna? I kind of like this new horizontal look on the phone. Although the chat disappears pretty fast. So I've got to really pay attention. So we'll do about a half hour stream right now. I know it's late, and the East Coast people are going to sleep. Although it is Memorial Day, and the streets are buck wild in West Hollywood right now. I'll tell you that much. And after this stream, I will watch the last match in AEW. Adam Hangman Page against the Billy Goat, Will Ospreay. So until then, ask any questions. Wait, you like Kip Smith, when you say landscape, what do you mean by that? You mean this looks a lot better? I mean, I kind of like it this way because you can see the Earl sign the whole time. But, oh, okay. You know, and you get more of, I mean, I realize that this isn't the most exciting background. Yeah, I mean, right now, West Hollywood is bumping right now. There's fights and whatnot. Oh, okay. The only thing I don't like about this is the chat disappears pretty fast after you guys type away. So a shout out to William Zoom, who told me about this. I thought you could only do vertical on your phone and not horizontal, but you know, William Zoom, and you could see the Chandler doll. You could see my Alex Iafallo hat, Seattle Kraken hat. So, you know, I'm always looking to improve the stream for you guys. Hello. So anything I can do. You can even see the Vince Neil poster. So, you know, I'm just trying to provide you guys quality content. And, you know, hopefully the stream grows and grows and grows. Now, I fell out of the algorithm. So it's been a bit of... I like it, kind of like it like this, too. You know, I was always bummed out that you couldn't see the Earl sign in the vertical stream. But now we can. So, I mean, you know, everyone's going to like it differently. You know, every now and then I'll do vertical. I kind of like horizontal. You can see my face. You can see the Earl sign. I mean, you know, I paid $500 for this Earl sign. So Earl, you hear about the airport accident, about Vince Neil's private jet killing someone on the runway? That's a long time ago. I think that happened like 2 months ago. I think his girlfriend was actually in his plane. Vince wasn't there. What up, Carl? What's up, Adam? Welcome to the show. Let me see what happens when I put the stream. Whoa. I don't think you guys want to see me that close. Let's see what it's like with the lights off. Here we go. It's not bad. 4 of us are here. It's not true. It's 15 of you. Yeah, I mean, Vince Neil, Lois is good. Vince Neil killed the drummer from Hanoi Rocks. You guys like it better lights on or lights off? I'm versatile. I can do either way, if you will. Because all I care about are the fans. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that he only served 30 days in prison for killing someone. But that's so let's do a poll. Lights on or lights off? Yeah, car at Redondo Beach, I think. So okay, well thank you, Riley. I appreciate you don't have to call me sir. Makes me feel old. But I am old, so it's all right. Okay, well, lights off. I mean, that seems to be the consensus. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, pretty please. That helps Earl. Um, I mean, it is a pretty safe stream. I mean, we don't really talk about the Dabbleverse, or I don't stream snipe people. Yes, like and sub. Well, it can be implemented quite nicely here. You can really go bright, but that's too bright. That's like, or you can go really kind of like that. So, Earl is a great guy. Well, I think I'm very well liked in the comedy community. I don't know if I have too many enemies, really just one or two. Um, I did briefly replace Jeff on Kill Tony. I don't think anyone's. I think we have all subscribed people in here. But, I know, Moses, that sometimes there are some lurkers who, they're just drive-by people. And they have not subscribed yet. What? Tell us about Kill Tony. I mean, I had done, let me see here, I think 5 or 6 Kill Tonys. The first 2 were has a replacement for the Iron Patriot. And then the next 3 or 4, however many it was as a panelist. I think I did one with Kirk Fox. I did another with Mike Lawrence. I did another with Michael Costa. And then the last one I did was with Jim Norton and Sam Roberts in the main room. So I think that's 5 total, 5 or 6 to 6 at the most. And I never really had a great time on it, to be frank, because I would try and give actual comedy advice. And I could tell that the fans, or the crowd anyway, in the Comedy Store, they didn't want my comedy advice. They wanted me to shit on people. Well, Harlan was great because he destroyed David Lucas, who nobody likes. I can tell you as a comic, he has the worst reputation amongst comics. I mean, you'll never hear fellow comics go, "Hey, David Lucas, great guy." I mean, he's just burned a lot of bridges in the comedy community. He probably doesn't care, but you know, I can assure you that people were really loving what Harlan Williams, who's not even a roast comic, did to David. I mean, David Lucas was like stuttering and stammering, and that just goes to show you um, what happens when you put a actual comic against a roast comic. It's not even close. Um, I mean, Harlan Williams has been a successful comic for 30 fucking years. You're not going to be funnier than him, myself included. So, that was a pretty epic episode. Um, because Harlan's like the nicest guy. And Harlan's like Ralphie May, and from the standpoint of like he's always trying to help people. He brings out openers who he knows struggle to get road work. I mean, you won't find a nicer guy in the business, but those are often the silent assassins. They don't fuck around. Like, you want to play in the mud. Um, well, Jim's kind of a roast comic from the standpoint of he gives, he's in that Opie and Anthony, vein of, ball busting with Patrice and Cumia. So Harlan's not really in that vein, but I think Harlan, that one episode of Kill Tony was like, um, okay, you want to come at me, fat boy? Let's do it. And it wasn't even close. It was like watching Mike Tyson fight Michael Spinks. Uh-uh. Um, well, I mean, Harlan's he's been at the top of the game for a very, very long time. So, yeah, I don't watch Mayton's show, although I sent him another DM saying, hey, I'd love to do your show, but he has like 500,000 um, followers, so I doubt he looks into his spam folder. But um, yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of David on Matan's podcast. It's just like, this is horrible. He's just trying to be creepy. And do you think Jason Ellis is funny? Uh, no. Great guy. But, to me, he's just too dirty, and there's no funny behind the dirty. Um, really nice guy. Um, but, he, there's not a lot of warm up material with him. He just gets right into the sex stuff and the graphic stories, and which is fine, but you got to kind of lead the audience. You got to warm them up a little bit before you talk about sucking some guy's dick, right out of the hop. But he's popular. I mean, Ellis is a great guy. Like, I've talked to him many times at the Comedy Store. We were on a show together. And you could tell he knows he's like a little bit out of his element, because he's new into stand up, relatively. So I think that, especially when you're doing shows at the Comedy Store and you're new into comedy, you're going to be exposed pretty fast if you're not, firing on all cylinders. So, like, the one show I was on with him, it's me, and I'm a pretty polished comic. Now, you might not think I'm funny or whatever, but like, I'm polished. Like, there's a flow to my act, a loose flow, but there's a flow. And then another Jackson Banks, who's a really super funny young and upcoming comic. He was on the show too. So, but he has a fan base, Ellis. So I don't think he's going to be judged as harshly as, if he didn't have a fan base. The fan base will always show. I mean, he's headlining clubs, which, he probably doesn't have headlining time, but you are a positive energy guy. Well, I mean, I can be negative, but, I always try and give thoughtful answers in terms of, you know, when someone asks me, is anyone funny? Comedy is subjective. So now, if you like super dirty humor right out of the hop, then you're going to like Jason Ellis. Um, but, most audiences have to, there's got to be a little bit of a warm up, couple minutes of shtick before you go right into the dirty stories. But he's young in the game. I mean, he'll improve, and he'll improve because, frankly, he's playing in front of pretty big crowds, and they all want to see him because they're his fan base. So his leash is a lot longer than someone who has no fan base. You know. So I hope that answers your question. And like he does a show called Riff Raff, which is basically Jackass. You pull stunts from a bucket. And like one of the stunts or bits or whatever you want to call it is you have to arm wrestle Jason Ellis. And it's funny to watch. Or he punches you in the nuts. That's funny, I guess. Um, I don't know if he has a show with Tony Hawk. I don't know much about him. I only interact with him when I see him at the Comedy Store. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense that he would have a show with Tony Hawk. But yeah, I don't know. That's Lois waking up from her little nappy. So yeah, that answers that question. So we'll do it about another 10 minutes. Well, I'm sure Tony Hawk is like, bro, I've got sponsors and shit, so I don't want to hear about you getting your dick sucked or you sucking someone's dick or whatever. Like, not on my podcast. Um, you know, so, um, uh-oh, here comes Lois. Um, but, that type of humor is kind of coming back, with Kill Tony and, Roast Battle before it. I mean, I think politically incorrect humor is definitely making its way back into the mainstream. Comedy ebbs and flows, dirty humor's in, and clean humor's in, and prop humor's in, and racial humor's in, and oh, okay. I don't listen to podcasts. I'm not really familiar with what podcasts are in or out. So, I mean, I'm sure, it's a funny idea, I guess, because Tony Hawk's pretty clean and Jason's pretty dirty. So I'm sure there's a dynamic there. That would strike me as it would be a good idea to have a third mic, kind of like a intermediary between the two. Well, I mean, comedy, like I said, is subjective. I mean, he's new to comedy, so there's not a lot of nuance to his act right now, and there shouldn't be. He's literally just learning how to do it. But, the problem with that is it's almost like the Brendan Schaub scenario where, if you have a following, you're going to get good gigs and you better be able to deliver. So that is up to you guys to decide if he is delivering or not. That's why it almost pays to be an unknown comic and bomb in front of nobody. So when you do get to play in front of crowds, you're ready, you're primed, you've been in the jungles, you've been Mr. T in Rocky 3 in the basement doing the one-arm pull-ups. So this is not the Mac. This is, thank you to William Zoom. He said there's a trick where you can do a horizontal stream on your iPhone. 2 a.m. here. Glad I woke up to this. Now I'm watching What Up AC/DC. I'm going to do about another 7 minutes. Just a little baby half-hour stream. Well, I do like this angle because you could see the Earl sign. So, hopefully when people, trolls, or just new people go, who the fuck is Earl? Okay, and then they'll look at the channel. Earl Skakel. I mean, ba. So hopefully this leads to, I'm trying anything. Vertical, horizontal, iMac. I somehow got kicked out of the algorithm. I think I took like 2 or 3 days off, and that's all it took. I was getting probably 200 to 300 subscribers, every 3 weeks, something like that. And now I'm down to like getting maybe 20. So I learned my lesson, and I try and do a live stream every day. Of course, sometimes I don't have the energy to do an hour or 2 hour stream. I mean, Melton, I think 2 days ago did a 5 hour Friday. He did a 5 hour, 6 hour stream. I can't do that. Even if I was making money, I wouldn't be like, fuck that. 6 hours. So what up, my Italian buddy? Earl, watch Double Learn. I'm about to watch the last match after this. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what caused um, the drop off in subscribers. I mean, I felt really good. I was like, damn, this is like Jeff Ross made a call to his Illuminati friends at YouTube. He probably did. I mean, Jeff's very vindictive. Trust me on that one. But I knew that going into going to war with him. I know. I mean, I see some of these streams. Thank you, thank you. Woo, like 1,200 people, and I don't think I've ever had any more than 150. Um, so hopefully one day I can get to 1,000 people in here, and you know, 1,000 likes or whatever. Oh, okay. I mean, I know William lurks around the internet, so I don't figure I'm the only stream you guys listen to, so I do appreciate it when you. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, I started not losing subscribers, but losing new subscribers. I'd probably order a burger somewhere. But then my shorts were really pumping. I mean, I was averaging maybe 200 to 300 views a short a month and a half ago. And then because Hi-Fi Protege um, started putting captions, I was averaging anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 views, which that's a big leap, but at least with me anyway, I found that shorts don't really help me with new subscribers. What helps is the live streams. So I had a nice run, and then that run ended, unfortunately. So we'll do a few more minutes, guys. Uh, well, the Comedy Store tapes every main room set and every belly room set and every original room set. Um, the great thing about that is I have great, I think it's 8K video of me in the main room every fucking Saturday night. So it's pretty awesome, and the sound's good. The audience is mic'd, so it's really an ideal for sake. Yeah, I mean, I definitely know that I need a consistent time. I think that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. I know that in large part is what helps with Kevin. You know that every Monday through Friday around 1 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. your guys East Coast time. He's going to be on. So I'm working on that. Favorite Ric Flair match? I gotta say, probably the last match on Nitro was Sting. It wasn't like the greatest match, but the implications of, hey, this is an end of an era, and you could tell they were both sad. Although I was watching Ric Flair against Lex Luger, um, Capital Combat. That was a pretty good match because you had the Sting RoboCop thing, and Sid. That was his first foray into the Four Horsemen. So we got one more minute, kids. One more minute. So get your last minute questions in. And then hopefully this week, I'm going to try and find a a time, and I'm gonna just try for a week. Okay, I'm gonna stream every day at 2 p.m. Pacific time, or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., and see if that helps with the numbers. All right, good night, Riley. Thanks for tuning in as always. It's always fun to see you in the stream, and thank you, Kip Smith, for everything. Well, it's hard to commit sometimes because I have voiceover obligations and auditions for independent films and whatnot, so I can't And maybe I don't stream every day. Maybe I stream every other day. Well, I don't think Bad News Brown enjoyed Piper in half blackface. But as a kid, I liked it. I didn't really understand what the half blackface means. Now I do. It's pretty cringeworthy. Um, but yeah, I mean, Bad News Brown was, yeah, half of his body was painted black. You know, he was a legit judoka. I think he finished, I think he got a bronze medal in the 76 Olympics. So he was a legit badass. So really not somebody you want to have think that you are racist. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm doing, the shorts are like me saying to the YouTube world, "Hey, I'm funny. Hop on board." The live, streams are more or less a reward to the subscribers who tune in, like Moses and Riley and ACDC and William Zoom and Kip Smith and Jess Jenna and Ari Jane and whatnot, and hopefully, you get a few trolls to join the party. So, it's a work in progress. I mean, um, yeah, I mean, I prefer this to the podcast. I mean, the podcast, likewise, Adam, DJ, what up, what up? I mean, the podcast is fun, but it's I'm a one man army, so it's a lot of work to get a guest, nail down a time, and um, what up, Saint Ranger? Um, it's fun. Like when I got to interview Chris Nyland, I'm trying to sell those jerseys, baby, but they're expensive, and it's a very niche market that can afford to. It's like selling Porsches. All the big, all the bigs coming in like, yeah, we got some old schoolers in here, and if I could sell all the jerseys, I mean, it would be nice to move to either a small home and have a killer studio, or maybe a nicer condo, um, and have a nicer background. But I kind of like this background. I mean, this is not the worst background in the world. This is my first horizontal stream on the iPhone. Thank you to William Zoom for the suggestion. And, we'll see what happens. I mean, this might be the start of a revolution. So we'll go to 35 minutes. Do you have a Sean Kemp jersey? No, I only collect hockey jerseys. So 2 more minutes. Game worn hockey jerseys of the tough guys. So, fighters like Bob Probert, Joey Koser, Lake Gates, Dennis the Menace Bonvie, and, people of that nature. So, no basketball jerseys. Um, well, Robitaille's jerseys are too much. I mean, you're talking 20 grand and up. I mean, a Lane Gates jersey, because of his legendary career, those are, maybe between $1,000 and $3,000. Oh, thank you. Listen, shout out in someone else's stream helps. I mean, I don't think Rob Saul knows who I am, but I don't really know who he is. But I mean, I know he's in the Dabbleverse. So Zuckerberg sells new friends. Now I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Um, but I mean, I would assume that Rob Saul has maybe heard my name in association with maybe like Hackamania or something. But um, you know, I I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of talking to him. Um, so everyone has a live stream. Saying you have a live stream on YouTube right now is like saying you have hair on your head. It's not really that much of an honor. So you got to really fight to get your audience. And especially for me, I'm trying to reach out to the Dabbleverse crowd and go, hey, if you're sick of hearing about that shit, come into my stream and we could talk hockey or wrestling or comedy or whatever. So thank you guys. No, this isn't the Steel Toe Morning Show, Michael. We don't do that in here. This has been Earl Skakel. Was Ty Domi cool at the Flair Roast? Ty Domi was awesome at the Flair Roast. Um, couldn't have been any nicer. So definitely, um, I don't know how to spin plates, to be honest with you, Moses. Ty Domi was amazing. Earl Skakel coming to you live from the Earl world. I love you all.